Till last week, I had no clue which decks I was going to pick for November. But as the first day of the month hit, my higher self, I guess, or my inner S, you can say, knew exactly what she wanted. Welcome to my video for November decks. Welcome to Tarot for Tired People, or welcome back if you've been here before. And this video is of my deck picks for November and also my intentions for the month. Astrologically, this month is going to be a lot for a lot of us, but my mind is in fairyland. I have been thinking a lot lately about the evolution of my practice or even my journey with tarot till now. It's not been a long journey, but it's definitely been an intense one where I feel like I have been going along, but the further I go, the more I feel like my higher self runs this practice. She has finally found a voice to communicate with me and really give me direction, showing me how to heal, encouraging me, sometimes scolding me, and also showing me how to transform into a better healed version of myself. Like my conscious mind, I feel, is almost like a receiver in this practice of mine. Does that sound absolutely cuckoo to you? So when a card shows up several times, like I showed in my October reflections, I seek what it means and what I can do about it, quote unquote, in my real life. The reason for me saying all of this is just the very act of choosing my decks, right, has become very subconscious. I feel like my intuition is at an all-time loud volume, and she chooses the decks, she chooses the theme, she chooses the intentions. And this month, I'm honoring my inner child, as you can tell. I want Ghibli vibes. I love Studio Ghibli, and I also discovered it like in my 30s, but it's been a huge part of my healing. And this is the month I want that. I want brown, like bright colors, and I want cutie patootie decks and, all of these fairy stuff. And weird because, last month, just 2 weeks ago, I was working with Somnia, and that's what I thought we are going to continue doing. But clearly, this is what I want this month. And maybe this is how healing is, you know? After all that Tower and Kali, now it's time for a break. Maybe too early to say, but I don't know. But when I was younger, in my 20s, I would try to manifest the destinations like X salary or X house or XX by this age or whatever. And the older I grow, at the threshold of my 30s, I see myself manifesting healing, like inherited fears or warped values, unlearning so much as I go, learning new things and learning new set of values. Anyway, enough chit chat. Let's go over the decks I have chosen for the month. Yes, that's Leo. And this is how my daytime practice looks like. And these are how the decks are laid out. My practice is very integrated with my life. And, it's like business strategy on one side and it's pulling cards on the other side. That's literally how I go about my day. And everything happens on the same table, whether I'm editing videos or whether I am doing meetings or pulling cards, because they're all facets of me. This obviously is the first deck that I have chosen for the month. And this is the Darkwood Tarot. Now, the funny part about this deck is when I bought it out of the love for it, or the popularity of it rather, but it did not connect with me. It did not connect with me for years. And it was just lying there and I didn't want to rehome it. And somehow this month, I had this inkling of pulling it out. I wanted to pull it out, and it has been reading so beautifully for me. I just love everything about it. It's so fairy tale. I really don't see this as a shadow work deck. It really is a fairy tale deck for me, and I don't know. I just feel it's one of my day decks now, and it's so cute. I know it's not the word that you probably use to describe it, but I find it super cute and super nice and very safe and very fun to pull from every morning and kind of lay out my cards for the day and see where I'm at. I don't know what to pair this with. If you have any ideas, I'm very open to it, so please let me know. But otherwise, I have been really enjoying this deck after many, many years, and I'm really happy. And, I'm really happy and grateful for it because I would have rehomed this, but also wouldn't have. I don't think so. It's one of those decks that you have in your collection, even if you don't read with it, because I don't know, something made me never want to rehome, but it was just there. And clearly it was there for November 2025 because now is when I want to work with it. And it's been a really nice 3 days, pulling from it. It's not as doom and gloom as it looks. It's actually very motivational and encouraging, if I may say so. Very nice deck. This is the Darkwood Tarot, where the box is so big it wouldn't fit in the frame, but you all know this deck. My second daytime deck is The Lost Oracle by Fiona Horn. I think it's by Rockpool Publishing. And I really love this oracle. It's one of my favorite oracles. While I don't identify as a witch, I feel this is a very wise deck. It has a muted color palette. It's a great friend of Darkwood. I like to pull one card every day from it. You can see I like to use a lot of decks during my month. And this one's my one card pull. That's sort of like yesterday I got Unguarded. Today I got something else. I don't remember what I got today. But this deck has been a great companion, and I feel like more than witchy, it's got that fairy tale vibe. I mean, it's almost like Red Riding Hood going in, and I love the color palette. Like, look at the backs here; they're so nice, and the matte finish, and just the kind of like, conjure your legacy. This gift is for you. Just the kind of messages that this one has: primordial passion, leave your mark. I love it. It's the kind of witchy deck that I am happy to work with. It's like my everyday witch. It's witchy enough, but also wise and cute. And okay, I wouldn't call this cute. Okay, I give you that. This is not cute, but it is definitely a little bit fairy tale and also a little bit crone energy. It's the crone card, know your power. And this color palette of beige and cream and black and red. Also, I have to say, it's a very powerful deck. So if you have ever considered this one, it's worth it. It's a very powerful deck with a nice guidebook. The next two decks I have, and they are deck friends, is the Heroine Tarot and the Reclaim Oracle. Now, the Heroine Tarot, I think, was in my neglected decks. I had remembered it and I was like, why don't I use it? And then I came across it. I was like, I was feeling the feels to use this deck. And, but I did some daily pulls from it and I was not really feeling it like that, right? So then I decided to keep it around while I figure out what my decks for the month are. And because this is a nice daytime deck, it has that kind of energy. And then I added the Reclaim Oracle to the mix. And obviously, we all know Reclaim Oracle. It's indie and it's absolutely beautiful during these months that I had. I use it. I used it quite a bit for, for emotional regulation or like emotional check-ins, just to see at the end of the day how I was feeling, where I was at. And a lot of times it worked in a very gentle way. It worked and helped me in a way to process a lot of things. But by itself, it's an amazing deck, but I wanted to use it a little bit more lightly, but not completely get rid of it this month. And I wanted both of these to work. And while I wouldn't really call them pairs, I think these two make great friends. So the way I'd use it is I'd draw one card from Reclaim, and then I would draw one card from Heroine Tarot. So for example, this today, I got this card, Confidence, and then I pulled one card from here and I got the High Priestess, which is quite interesting because I put them up and then I kind of help them inform my day. And to be honest, lately I have been feeling a kind of confidence. Like I'm a confident person in general, but I've been feeling a kind of confidence around certain things that I was not confident about. Lately, I've been feeling that, which is quite refreshing and also very surprising. I find myself quite surprised and pleasantly surprised by it. So I was again pleasantly surprised that I got confidence and I got the High Priestess with it. And it was just nice. Like, I like how these two are playing out together. So it's nice to pull one card from here without, worrying about too much there. And then here you have the Hanged Woman. So it's nice how they have been playing out. I like it. Oh, look, guys, all these cards that are here are kind of working. Like here you have Five of Wands, and here you have Pride. Okay, now it doesn't work. Four of Wands and Hearts. Queen of Wands and Uncertainty. It still works. Like I can still see it, in uncertain times, how you kind of manage that energy. Or you have Passion here, and you have Nine of Cups. So yeah, they are a pair, I guess. They're definitely great friends. And that's how I'm working these two. One card from here and one card from here. So that's the Heroine Tarot, which is also an indie deck, a lovely little indie deck that I neglected for a while, and the Reclaim Oracle that almost everybody has, and it is a beautiful oracle. Now we move on to the nighttime practice. In the night, I have been working with Under the Oak Tarot, mass market, Los Scarabeo deck, and Golden Light Oracle, which is an indie oracle deck that is new to my collection. With these beautiful backs and these beautiful backs, I can't tell you how much I love this particular tarot deck. But in mid-month, I like to change up my decks. But as the month begins, I know that, this is the kind of deck that I want to work with because my theme for the month is magic. And the Under the Oak Tarot is a very magical deck. All of these decks, I feel, are quite magical. Even the Darkwood Tarot is actually very, very magical. This one is by Los Scarabeo. Yeah, yeah, it's a Los Scarabeo deck. I absolutely, when I got it, I was in love with this deck. I could not put it down. I was using it for everything. And then somewhere down the line, like it happens, you kind of forget. You put down a deck for resting, and then you forget about it, and then months later, you're like, oh my gosh, maybe. I don't know. I was feeling the maybe, but also feeling like, no, no, it's not time yet. And then my inner child, my inner S, this month said, this is the deck I want to work with. And I said, all right, let's do that then. It's such a magical deck. It's so beautiful. Like it has this little girl on this journey, and throughout the journey, it's like her inner third, eye sort of coming open while she's blindfolded. Let me see if we have the story here. Maybe it talks about it. Yeah, it's a unique deck that delves into the realm of dreams and art of turning them into reality. As we embark on this journey, the querent accompanies Anima, a visually impaired child, through a magical fairy tale island blooming with rich green flourishing vegetation. This mystical landscape is dominated by a majestic oak tree and inhabited by mythical and mysterious creatures and gods. Much like Anima, we are presented with the opportunity to develop a second sight along our own path, gaining deeper insights into ourselves. So that's what it is. It's a blind girl on a little journey to find not just her vision, but also to find her inner vision and that lights up her path. And this is what I wanted to work with. As I said, I feel like my higher self wanted to work with. And I've been absolutely loving its reading so clearly. I can't even believe it has been kept away on a shelf for so long. You always think like you will take time to connect again with a deck or like a deck like Darkwood, never connected. Why am I pulling from here? But it just works. It's the right time for this deck. And I am so intuitive about my practice. I'm very happy to pull out a deck that I wouldn't necessarily think of around a particular season or anything. And I know because now I know. I know that if I am wanting a particular deck, there's a reason for it. It's the right time in my life. I've been proved that way too many times. So this one also has the runes, and the court cards are all these stone structures. Like this high priestess is so beautiful. Oh, or the Four of Swords. It's a very magical deck. And well, that's my theme of the month. Magic. Everything will happen magically. I don't even have to think about it. What is your theme of the month? Or do you have a theme of the month? I'd love to know. I have theme of the year. I have theme of the month. My theme of the year, my friends would call and ask me every year, okay, what's the word of the year? And I'm like, okay, I'm still thinking it. Comes from inside. I don't know. I don't sit down and think of the word. It just comes. Like magic is the word for this month. If you ask me, how'd you come across that? I don't know. I just decided it's going to be a magical month. And that's how I came across it. It's so this is what I was talking about, the code cards. Like it's got this sort of stone structure with runes and you can see the page. And I know a lot of people don't like that there's no movement in the code cards, but overall, I love the energy of this deck and I think it's really, really, really beautiful, and the card stock is just amazing. So this is the Under the Oak Tarot. And this is the deck I'm sitting with every night ever since November started. I wanted to actually show you the backs of this deck and also this beautiful silver gilding. The backs are so gorgeous. But then this card fell out, and I remember because this is the card. The Six of Cups has been has been starting. It's just been 2 days of the month, but it's starting to show up in several of the readings that I do. And I can sit and do several spreads in one go. I mean, I am a serial tarot reader, I think. But it's been showing up, and it's been showing up in interesting positions, in positions of letting go of this energy. And then again, I've been craving cutesy decks and magical decks. So I'm not yet understanding what this all means, but like every month, I know that I'm going to figure it out because I know my higher self knows I'm stupid sometimes, and I and she will show me the way. That's what I like to think. But we'll see if this card actually becomes a stalker card. The first couple of times you see someone, showing up in the same coffee store you are in, the coffee shop you're in, you don't think he or she is a stalker, right? So we'll see if this one is actually a stalker or just a happy coincidence that we are coming across the Six of Cups everywhere in my readings. But let's move on to the next deck, which is the Friend of the White Oak. White Oak? Under the Oak Tarot. Look at these backs, guys, and the silver gilding. I don't know. I always forget to show these things. It's so beautiful. Anyway, we're talking about the Golden Light Oracle. But before we begin, how is everybody's 3 days going? Because honestly, I'm feeling the fumes of the retrograde. I feel like today was such a day full of confusion. I had lunch at 5 p.m. because of just the kind of crazy communication problems that we are having, especially at work. Like we're saying the same thing, but we're not. And it's chaotic, but again, getting solved. It's just insane. It's funny. Like I literally told somebody, I'm not talking to you. I'm putting my phone away because I need to eat. It was like that. It was absolutely crazy. But at least it's not something that's like a block. But I think that retrograde is going to be something. Yeah. I don't really know. Has it started? Is it going to start? I try not to. Uh, let's just look at the deck, shall we? So here we have the Golden Light Oracle. This one is an old indie deck, I know, but it went on discount and that's when I bought it. And I think it's so cute and pretty. And it's a great friend and it's such a nice, like it's not a wise, deep, thoughtful deck. Okay. It's pretty. It's cute. That's what we are going with. I bought it because I thought the art was very cute. I like art like this. And then I saw, things like family, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. But I kept it and I tried to use it with different decks and it wouldn't go. And I was in moody months and all of that. But it's a newish deck to my collection, as I said. But this month, even though it's not a pair, I think they are great friends. So I do my spreads with this, I do my readings with this, and then I also end the night with a 3 card reading from here, just intuitive pull, just to see what it has to say, because it's pretty. Sometimes you need pretty. It's got this matte. This is a really nice back, and it's matte and it's big, and it's like going through a children's book, and that's the kind of vibe I want this month, right? As I said, I like indie decks for oracles, or I like oracles that are a little bit, you know, complex. I think that's something I'm going towards, but I don't mind something that's light. I like this because of the art. I really like this because of the art, and sometimes they do come together in a really nice way. Um, and the color palette, right? It's just so cute. I put anything, and it's also diverse. I know you guys like diversity and all of that, and I don't care much about that as long as it's pretty art and um cardstock. I would work with any cardstock. I'm not a big stickler on any of those things, but I cannot take bad art. There's way too many decks with I don't know really bad art, man. But that I cannot take. But if it's pretty and it's cute, I'm here for it. And if it wasn't discounted, I probably wouldn't have been here for it, but I am here for it and I'm working with it this month. And, every time there's a lot of decks that land up surprising me. And this could be a deck like that. Like, I could probably get insights from this that I did not expect. I don't know. We'll see. So this is the Golden Light Oracle by NEL Read. I need to remember these things to mention the creator when I'm talking about an indie deck. That's important. I want to give them credit. I should do that with all decks. I just forget, guys. I forget. Okay. Now, okay, this is the last deck I'm going to show, and obviously, also try to finish this because my cat has been staring me down for a while. So, this is Woodland Fairytale Tarot, Magic, Folklore, and Plants. Mass market again by US Game Systems. The creator is Cecilia Latari, written by and illustrated by Yulia Vereto. So it's very cute. I showed it. Now the problem is how many decks can one work with, right? And mid-month I'll also want to change it. But the reason I have this one and I want to show it is because I'm not going to be working with it. It wasn't picked, but that does not mean it does not get an honorable mention. She gets an honorable mention because she's magical, she's cute, she is pretty, and oh, look at that Seven of Cups. How beautiful is that? So yeah, she's cute, she's pretty. I wish I had picked her, but I have decided to go with the ones that I've decided to go with. And while I really do love this deck, there's nothing like, it's just so cute. Um, right now we are full. That's why she's not made it into the shortlist. But that does not mean we don't honor her in a magical deck digest, right? We definitely do. I mean, these are all fairy tales. What can be more magical than that? Here's the emperor in his new clothes. And look at the Five of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. So cute. All of these, or even the Eight of Pentacles. You have these elves that have gone to sleep after a hard day's work. So cute. Like, I love the Justice card in this deck. It is absolutely one of my most favorite Justice cards. It's it's stunning. It's a cutesy deck. If you are in, if you're also in the mood for cutesy deck, which I don't think you would be considering the weather there. I mean, look, the weather here is getting fantastic. It's like we're dying to go out and be out and about. Look, I got the nails also for out and about. The events are starting and all of that. So yeah, like this is that kind of deck, and you may not, in case you like it, this is as a reader, honestly, if I think about it, I haven't read a lot with this. I think every time it's been like this, on the edge, great, one card pull or something, loved it, admired it, but hasn't been a really big part of my practice ever, now that I think of it. It's just been around. Oh, look, the Tower card. Hmm. I also love the Empress card in this. So cute. So very nice card. This is the Woodland Fairytale Tarot mass market, and this is what I end with. Thank you guys. I am looking forward to seeing the decks that you're going to choose and what you're going to do, and I'm really wishing everybody a magical November, including me. Bye.